All right, welcome everyone. This is our January 1st tuning and anchoring of positive emotions. And the reason we chose to do this call today is because it feels good to feel good. And the more we feel good and amplify those feelings, then we believe that we will attract more of the same. And for the emotions today, I chose love, fun, and prosperity, because those are things that I would like to feel in 2023. And I don't think too many people would argue that those are fun things to have in our lives. So the fun of that is that it can look like anything you want. So love can be giving love, receiving love, loving your environment, where you live, the nature around you, the animals, anything at all. Love feels good, and it's really fun to have that activated every day in some way. Fun, I think, is a great choice because we very often take life way too seriously. We get bogged down and we get stuck in the weeds of details and things we think we should be doing. And sometimes it's good to remember that we're allowed to have some fun. We're allowed to jump around or dance or laugh or smile or be silly. Blowing bubbles with kids has always been my standby if you just need to feel a bit lighter in the world, because they will giggle their little diaper off. And it feels good to do that sometimes. And so whatever we can do to be a part of that, I think just feels fun. And prosperity is an interesting one. Often on these types of calls, we'll talk about things like abundance, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with actual cold hard cash, warm, lovely cash as well. And so, you know what? Prosperity to me does mean money. And this year, I'm going to have more money than I've ever had in my life. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it. Because for me, money and wealth means more options, freedom to help, freedom to donate, freedom to do things for fun, freedom to do things that I love. And so there's no question that money doesn't bring happiness, but it's sure not a bad thing. I won't say no. So why not activate some feelings of prosperity and just knowing that we don't have to make decisions based on the cost of things? To me, that feels really yummy and good. So, all right. You may or may not have already prepared a memory for each of our feelings, but that is what we're going to reach for as we touch on each one. And if you are doing this on the replay, feel free to maybe pause it and jot down a few memories. But keep in mind that these aren't, they don't need to be hard. This isn't big homework. Sometimes people will say, well, think of a memory of when you had love. Oh, I've never had love. I've never been loved. Well, okay, that's probably not true. But even if it feels true in this moment because of the context you're thinking of, what about love for a pet? What about receiving love from someone? What about cherishing something or appreciating something? And when that felt really good, it was probably love. So allow yourself to find a memory. It may not be the most common context. It can be anything at all in your memory banks, as long as it feels good. We don't want to be reaching back for something and it turns out that it's got all kinds of, story to it and complexities. Let's aim for something simple that feels good, that is easy to retrieve, because we're going to activate that feeling and we're going to get it feeling so juicy that we can actually feel a sensation in our body. And it's going to feel good because we're going to amplify it. And then we're going to notice what happens to those feelings in our body. And the great thing about this is that when we create these touch points, we can come back to the essence of these feelings anytime we want. And that's why I think it's a lot of fun. So allow yourself to sit back and relax. Close your eyes if you can. If you're multitasking, that's fine. Just allow yourself to swim in these feelings as much as is possible. But if you are able to relax in your seat and close your eyes, even better. So we are going to start with our first feeling of love. And I'm starting with love because I know that every person has either given love or received love at some point. So allow yourself to reach into that memory bank and pull up a memory that feels so good for you about love. And again, maybe this is a cherished pet, maybe it's a granddaughter, maybe it's a mother, maybe it is for a piece of art, something that when you think about it or look at it, you are just overwhelmed with emotions, maybe some shivers, some warmth. There's usually something that shows up in our body when we allow ourselves to feel those feelings of love. And I will share briefly that one that for me is 100% always ready to go is watching my oldest son, who is a musician, play on stage in a live show. And I could stand and watch him forever. And I can feel the waves of love just rippling towards him. And it feels so good for me. So allow yourself to find your memory. Put yourself there, first person. See where you are. Are you alone or with others, sitting or standing? Activate all those senses and just feel into what you can smell or hear, maybe even taste. Be there, first person, right back in your body as you allow this feeling of love. Oh, maybe even notice the expression on your face as you felt this feeling of love. And when it gets to that beautiful pinnacle where you know that you've got this so active, allow yourself to notice what sensations show up for you in your body when you feel this feeling of love. Notice, where does it show up? Maybe it's your head, your heart area. Maybe it's a lightness across your chest. You get to feel into where it shows up for you. There's never a right or wrong. But as you are aware of it, notice, is it heavy, light, or medium? Or neutral in weight? Is there any movement with love? Or is it completely still? As these details are filling in, allow yourself to notice, what does it feel like the sensation of love is made out of? Is it something solid and dense? Perhaps it's more of an energy or an air, maybe even a liquid. And as that's filling in, notice if there is any kind of color that seems to come to mind as you allow this beautiful sensation to take shape. Yeah. And now, can you imagine allowing yourself to feel this feeling of love even more? Feel how it can grow and expand. And as that grows, just notice if anything changes to that sensation in your body. Does it feel as if it also expands or perhaps becomes more concentrated? The color, does it get any deeper or brighter? The feeling of it, does it extend out past your body? Again, we're not making anything happen. We're simply noticing what happens for you when you allow this feeling of love to multiply and pick up all the space that it wants. And when it does feel as if that feeling of love could not possibly get any bigger, allow yourself to select any finger and thumb and press them together for a quick 1-second hold. Just press and release. Anchoring in what this feeling of love feels like for you. And just lingering here for one more moment, noticing your breath, your heart rate, how your muscles feel. Yeah. This is what you can come back to anytime when you choose to activate in your mind this feeling of love. Beautiful. And now we're going to move into our second feeling, which is the feeling of fun. And I would invite you to find that memory of a time when you were having fun, when something felt fun. It possibly was by yourself or with others. You may have been watching something on TV, listening to a comedy show, maybe being with people out at dinner and just laughing. You get to feel into what this memory is for you of when you enjoyed that moment of fun. Again, put yourself first person. See what you look like. What clothes are you wearing if you remember? How old are you? What year is this if you know? Who are the people with you if you have someone near you? Looking around in your mind's eye and reactivating what you see, what you hear, taste, smell, touch. Yeah, be there again and feel that sense of fun. And just notice as you find every particle of fun that's in that memory. Where does it show up for you in your body? Where does that feeling of fun appear? And when you find it, allow yourself to check in on any weight. Is it heavy, light, medium? Any movement to fun? Or is it still? And what does it feel like fun is made out of? Is there something there that's actually solid? Can you see a shape and feel a texture? Or is it more of an energy? Again, air, liquid, you get to feel in for you of how fun feels. So often for me, it's a lightness, almost like bubbles popping, like those little champagne bubbles, and they're on my shoulders or in that space above. You get to feel in for what fun feels like for you. And notice, is there any color there for fun? Is it something bright or soft, multicolored, or maybe no color at all? Allow yourself to have the shape taken of fun in your body. And then allow yourself to imagine that feeling of fun getting even bigger, maybe even doubling. Feel how that sense of fun can expand. Feel how it filled up the space that you're in. Yeah. Noticing in your body as the feeling of fun expands, does anything change to that sensation in your body? Did that expand at all? Or get brighter, deeper, richer? You notice what happens for you. And don't forget about the rest of your body. When you're feeling fun, what is the expression on your face? How do your muscles feel? Does your body feel as if it wants to sink in or possibly sit up straight or move? Just noticing what fun feels like. And when you've got that to the absolute juiciest amount, Allow yourself to select that same finger and thumb for that 1 second hold. Just quick press and release, anchoring in this delicious feeling of fun. And segueing now into the feeling of prosperity. And prosperity will usually refer to money. And allow yourself to find a time in your memory when you felt so rich, that you felt as if the money didn't even matter. You either bought something or received something, or you made a decision. Maybe you booked a holiday or bought something you'd been waiting for a long time, or even received it as a gift. And you felt the value, the actual monetary value, and you felt into how prosperous you could feel. Sometimes it's so simple. We buy the nicer towels or the bigger fancy cup of coffee. There can be no necessarily need to have it be a high amount of money. It's the feeling of feeling so prosperous. Choosing something of better quality or choosing to do something for yourself. It's that feeling of prosperous that feels so good. I recently visited London and I went to Fortnum and Mason because that was always something that I had heard was a very fancy London store. And I allowed myself with a lot of joy to pick out whatever I wanted in the store. And I didn't bother thinking it was too expensive or how I could have gotten it cheaper somewhere else. And I tried not to even do the exchange rate in my head. I just thought, I want to try this. I want to buy this gift for someone. And I simply did it. And it felt so good. I felt so prosperous. Finding that memory for you and having that feeling of prosperity activated. And then allowing yourself to notice, where does it show up for you in your body? Where does prosperous show up? And is it heavy, light, or medium? Any movement or completely still? And how about a texture? Is it made of gold coins or dollar bills? Or maybe there's something else there that shows up for you when you can feel so prosperous. Maybe it's more of an energy or an air, or maybe even the vision of the ocean, so vast and limitless. Any colors show up for you when you feel prosperous? You get to notice what this feels like for you. And then the fun part is allow that feeling of prosperous to get even bigger. Feel how it can grow and expand. Yeah. It feels so good to allow this feeling to grow without anything else needing to change, because we can control how prosperous we feel. And as that feeling of prosperity grows, allow yourself to notice what changes in your body. Do you notice anything at all about this sensation that you have? Again, did it change size or location? Did it move any faster or more slowly? Is the color any different as you allow that feeling to grow? And how about your body itself? Do your muscles sink down at all when you feel prosperous? And relax, or does it maybe even make you feel as if you're sitting up straighter? Hmm. Perhaps you were envisioning a queen's cape off of, a velvet or fur, and maybe your shoulders need to come back to support that weighty fabric. Allow yourself to have some fun with this image and how your body feels. Allowing that feeling of prosperity to hit that sweet pinnacle for you. And again, selecting that same finger and thumb for the 1 second hold. Just press and release. Anchoring in what prosperity feels like for you. And now for some more fun. Allow yourself to touch that same finger and thumb together lightly. There's no need to make it a death grip. Just allow them to touch and activate all of these yummy emotions together, allowing them to blend into a beautiful cocktail, starting with that feeling of prosperity that we had active just a moment ago. Feeling into how anything may have changed already in your body. Maybe some tingles are there, or you notice something showing up somewhere new. Feel into this feeling of prosperity and allow the idea of prosperity to dance with the feeling of fun. Invite them to move together within you. Remembering what that feeling of fun was like for you. Maybe that sensation is still there, that image, maybe not. Allow yourself to feel into what fun feels like for you now, especially as it blends with that feeling of prosperity. Maybe some ideas come to mind of fun things you could do with money being no object at all. And as those two get to play, invite in that feeling of love. Feel how love can join into this beautiful cocktail of the fun and the prosperity. Feeling what it feels like in your body, noticing any thoughts coming through. Possibly things you'd like to do, activities with people you love, or maybe an activity that you love. But maybe in the past, money has held you back. But now knowing that you could go buy the ticket, buy the supplies, buy the plane flight ticket, whatever it is that you know would feel good, that you would love and have fun with. Oh yeah. Allow in your imagination, allow yourself to see that happening and feel any new emotions that may be coming up as these three get to blend together so perfectly. Allow yourself to notice what is there for you. Is there some hopefulness or excitement? Maybe anticipating, eagerness? Maybe joy. Maybe there's some ease. Maybe things can just feel easy now that you can blend that love and fun and prosperity. Oh, feel how easy things are when you simply decide what you want to do and it gets to happen. Noticing where these new sensations may be showing up for you in your body. Any new tingles or things that feel with some weight. Just notice what's there for you. And again, becoming familiar with what this feels like. And remembering that you can be anywhere at any time in any situation, and you can activate these feelings. And as you activate them, you will attract evidence to support these feelings. And as you bring more evidence into your life, it will simply allow this to continue and grow and be part of your experience as you focus your attention here on all of these emotions that feel good, and your vibration is at this level. Not only does it feel good for itself, but you will receive even more reasons to feel this way. Releasing your finger and thumb if you were holding them together. Allowing yourself to notice any sensations still swimming around. Maybe allowing yourself to move your fingers, your hands, your shoulders, your neck. Maybe even wiggling your toes or rolling your ankles. Moving your legs a bit, moving the energy around your body, taking a deep breath in, maybe blowing it out your mouth, letting every cell in your body join in on this feel-good party. Maybe another deep breath just because it feels good. And whenever it feels like a good idea, you may wish to open your eyes if they were closed. And you may even wish to turn on your camera, but it's your choice if you wish to or not. Thank you so much for joining our call. It's a lot of fun what we can do in a very short 30 minutes. You can do this on your own at any time, selecting some memories ahead of time to match the words that you want, those feelings, and giving yourself the space to actually make sure that you're going back first person in your memory. That's one of the keys, because that will activate it on a physiological basis in your body. And our brains are very complex and wonderful. And one of the magical things is that if we allow ourselves to activate these feelings, like say fun, and we're remembering this super fun experience that we had, it doesn't matter if we are there doing that old thing or if we're right here, right now. Everything in our body will react to that fun, including all of the chemicals and hormones and feel goods that are there for us and available. Yep, we can actually activate them right in our beds if that's where we're choosing to do it, or sitting at a red light in traffic. Oh, thank you so much.